The CEO of United Airlines last month, the CEO, he announced of all the hiring for all the new pilots that are coming up this year, all the hiring for the new pilots, the main focus is going to be diversity. What? Diversity? Not the best pilots you can find? The ones with the most hours of experience? Ones you've done it before? Mm-hmm. Nope, diversity. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of flying all the time with these white pilots landing safely and on time.
Boring. You guys sick and tired of your white host? We need more diversity. You know what? I introduced diversity to this show. In fact, this show was always diverse. I had a half black co-host, or I don't know what you say. But I did originally. The original show was me and another person, and female too. So I had 50%. I'd overcompensated, or I did a good job with it. So hey, everybody, what's up? You haven't seen her for a while. Yeah, she dropped out of the show. But I'm still here. I'm still a white guy. I still land. I can land the plane, as Owen Benjamin would say. So what's up, people? Are you cold today? Drop your temperature if it's really cold where you are. Here it is. Oh, it's nice. It's nice here. I might actually take my bike out for a ride today. I got my electric bike back in the house. So I might go out it's nice. 65 degrees. But it's cold other places. I have video of that. We have it's Martin Luther King Day. So it's a holiday for some people. Rhonda Iser says minus 15. I'll show you video of what it's like in the cold. I've seen some pretty crazy video of like water freezing instantaneously and food freezing instantaneously. I can show you video of that. So we have the Iowa caucus tonight. This is the first, and Donald Trump is dominating. Let's see if I have video of them going over the polls. I have pollsters saying that Trump's going to win. I have betting odds. Who do you think is going to get second place? Frying Pan says 28 degrees in Portland. That is cold, but it's not as cold as it is in like Ohio. I'm going to show you video of that. I'll show it to you to get it out of the way. I have video of, this is actually pretty clever. In Ohio, the coldness. Take a look at this video. This is some ramen noodles, it looks like. Hot ramen noodles going out in the cold here. Check this out. Watch. It's hot, it's steaming. And look at that. That's crazy. That's a pretty good trick though. For the podcast, it's somebody
it's cold out here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I saw a video of water being taken out of a refrigerator at like Arrowhead Stadium where there was a football game. And the water in the fridge was still water. When you took it out of the fridge, it froze instantaneously, the whole bottle. Well, a bottle just like this, actually, a Smart Water. I saw that video. So yeah, it's cold. Hopefully you're staying safe and your pipes aren't bursting. That's the most important thing. So, all right. Who do you think is going to get second place? Because pretty much it's a lock that Trump is going to win the caucus, not a primary. The first primary is in New Hampshire. Nikki Haley apparently has a chance in New Hampshire, according to the polls. What about Vivek in the polls? We've been talking about Vivek mostly on this show. Vivek rhymes with snake. So it's Vivek the snake. Now that he's telling people if they like Trump, they should vote for him. That's the latest strategy, which is why Trump came out swinging against him. So I'll show you a Trump campaign video. I'll show you the latest in hiring standards from the FAA. They might want to hire somebody like me with severe mental disabilities. So Ron Walker says, on cold days, I used to say global warming, but they didn't get the joke. Yeah, that's because no matter what the weather, no matter what kind of extreme weather you have, you can always blame climate change, even if it's cold. That's why they stopped calling it global warming, because if it can be extremely cold, and it's still as a result of human activity and CO2 in the atmosphere. So got to be careful. Don't want to get any disinformation. All right. So let me put a poll in the chat for who you think is going to get second place, because Trump is obviously going to win, but I still have to give him as an answer. So who will get second? Who will get second in Iowa? Haley, Vivek, add option. DeSantis. Did you know his name is DeSantis and not DeSantis? I think that's weird. Haley, Vivek, DeSantis, and then Trump can be an option. I'll start the poll. And then you guys can decide if I should bet on it. You can wager on it. You can wager on who's going to get second place, which I don't normally see. I guess it's because Trump is such a lock. Trump, you pay 95 cents to win $1. So it's basically nothing. The odds are, what is that? 20-1 or something like that, that he's going to lose. So basically Trump is going to win today. And then the betting, though, you can't, Vivek is a long shot for second place. So if you think it's Vivek, you are going against the polls. The polls say that he is nowhere close. So, all right. Anyway, welcome to the show. Glad to have you. It's Monday. It's Martin Luther King Day. It's a holiday. And you're here with me. Lift the veil. Okay. Cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. Yeah, buddy. We are bringing you the real news. Iran is shooting missiles at us right now in Iraq. So that's breaking news too. We decided to start a wider war by bombing the Houthis in Yemen. And now Iran is shooting missiles at us in the Middle East. You guys want to see that news? That's the latest breaking news. So here is video. Iran fires ballistic missiles at Erbil in northern Iraq. And there are sirens heard at the U.S. consulate. Oops. Oh, hold on. Let me show you. What's up, Edgar Mencia? It's funny you guys are all saying Vivek is going to get number 2. You think I should bet on it? If you think I should bet on it, you can give me some super chats and maybe I will bet on it. He is very much a long shot. So this is what's happening right now. Is Iran is firing ballistic missiles into Iraq at U.S. targets. God, it's so violent. So that's apparently video of Iran firing ballistic missiles at northern Iraq. Okay. So let me show you, while we're doing the poll, here are Nikki Haley is way favored and then Ron DeSantis. So I'll show you, these are the betting odds. Donald Trump is going to be the winner. He's 96 cents to win $1 for Donald Trump. And even, let's see if I have it. I have, yes, corporate media forced to read Trump's record-breaking numbers. He's so It is amazing to me. Okay, here's the clip from MSNBC where they show what the results are here. Here, I'll play it.
Put this Trump lead in some perspective here. First of all, the 48% that he's registering here, that is the highest share for a Republican candidate in a final Des Moines Register poll ever. That surpasses the record of 43% from George W. Bush on the eve of the 2000 caucuses. Bush won those caucuses. Also the margin, Trump 48, Haley 20. That's a 28-point margin. That is also the biggest margin in a final Register poll, also breaking a record of George W. Bush of 23 points when he won the caucuses in 2000. So that Trump lead, we haven't seen that before, but we've been seeing a lot in the polling this year. Put this Trump lead.
And he was about to show more. He was going to show how enthusiastic people were about voting for Trump. So you guys, I know my audience really likes Trump. I don't particularly, but I don't really like anybody in politics that much, to be honest. I used to get excited. I like Rand Paul. He's cool. He doesn't like Nikki Haley. People who are voting for Nikki Haley are never Trumpers mostly. So in fact, some Democrats are apparently going to turn out to vote. But yeah, I'll show you the latest polls here, which show Trump at 52%, Haley at 19%, DeSantis at 19%, and Vivek at 7%. So it's not even close. So you guys are wrong, my listeners. We have 22 votes and 41% say Vivek is going to get second place. You're wrong based on the polls. But some people don't believe in polls. Vivek has been really out there dominating social media. He's got a big TikTok account, apparently, which I haven't seen, but he's definitely all over Twitter, and I'll show you some of that too. So, but these are the polls right now. More Iowa polls: Trump 55, Haley 21, DeSantis 15, Vivek 5, or Ramaswamy. It is interesting that it's two Indians, right? Because Nikki Haley is some kind of Indian, right? Like real from India, Indian, whose name isn't even Nikki. It's something. It's like Naranda. Is that right? Renee Gawk says the polls didn't pan out so well in 2016. Just saying, LOL. Yeah, that's true. 2016. But you know what? Actually, I was following the polls in 2016, and you were able to look through the way the polls were conducted and realize that Trump had a fighting chance. And there were some polls where he was, where he had a chance, like from Rasmussen back in 2016, because I was doing this damn thing covering news at the time, and I said Trump had a chance based on the polls. In this case, based on the polls, it doesn't even look like Vivek has a chance at second place. I guess the people who are voting for Nikki Haley, they say that they would also vote for Biden over Trump. So there are people that just don't like Donald Trump. But Violet Lotus says Vivek has been pushing hard in Iowa. Yeah, he has been. And you agree with Violet Lotus? You agree with Vivek on everything? Everything? Really? That's pretty strong. Nice icon, by the way. Nice use of sacred geometry there. Sacred geometry, very important, along with sacred mathematics. All right, so that's some of the polls. Wow. If CBS News did a poll of Nikki Haley versus Joe Biden, and she wins by more than Trump. That's interesting. And DeSantis too. Those are really interesting numbers. Haley in a general election versus Joe Biden by herself, if she was the nominee, wins by 8 points, where Trump only wins by 2 points. That's very interesting. Well, it just shows you he's definitely a lot more popular than his party, but it shows that Nikki Haley has some crossover with Democrats. She basically is like a Democrat. So let me see what I have for you guys. I showed you the thing about the pilots. I showed you the cold weather in Ohio. Here's Frank Lunt. He's a famous pollster saying that if he had to bet, he'd bet on Trump to win. Trump is favored in the betting odds by a couple cents.
If you had to bet $150,000 on who's going to win in November, who would you bet on?
I never dreamed that I would say this, but I would bet on Trump. I thought it was done. I thought it was over.
Mm.
You don't come back from an impeachment. You don't come back from January 6th. You don't come back from any of this. But he's come back. The guy's a survivor. And his opponent is having so much trouble that I would, at this point, give the edge to Trump.
There you go. So he would give the edge to Pump. That, well, that's what the polls say. The polls say he would win. Yuval, okay, so the guy at the World Economic Forum that's so scary, Yuval Noah Harari, says it's very likely that Trump will win and that'll be the death blow to what remains of the global order.
Are you concerned that Trump might be elected again? Shortly?
I think it's very likely. And if it happens, it is likely to be the kind of like the death blow to what remains of the global order. And he says it openly. Now, again, it should be clear that many of these politicians, they present a false dichotomy, a false binary vision of the world, as if you have to choose between patriotism and globalism, between being loyal to your nation and being loyal to some kind of, I don't know, global government or whatever.
Are you concerned that Trump might be elected?
Is he concerned that Trump's going to get elected? He says Trump is going to get elected. I played you the polls where he is dominating. I have video someone is sharing that Trump is a WEF puppet because he's on camera with Klaus Schwab saying how great Klaus Schwab was. So here's someone saying, since we just played somebody from the World Economic Forum, Noah Harari, we're going to play you Donald Trump with Klaus Schwab.
Well, we've loved it. We think it's a great country, a beautiful country, and we have had a tremendous success.
Yeah, great success.
And this gentleman, as you know, he's done a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more question. What?
There you go. So there he is with Klaus Schwab. So is he a WEF puppet? Just like they said, Tulsi Gabbard was a young global leader. Somebody is saying today that Tulsi Gabbard would make a good vice presidential candidate. Let me show you that. Hold on. Trump Tulsi. I saw this tweet. We can wager on who's going to be the vice president too. I should check that out. Roger Stone says Donald Trump should pick Tulsi Gabbard as his vice president. That would make it difficult. I really do like her. She is kind of pro-Israel and stuff. But apparently Roger Stone is saying he should pick Tulsi Gabbard. Didn't Trump say he already picked somebody? I don't know who his VP candidate is going to be. Let's take a look again at the betting odds. Here's the betting odds, which I think I showed you already. Donald Trump is going to be the nominee, 80 cents. I mean, that's not even a bad bet because you can win 20 cents on the dollar. Republican VP nominee right now, let's check that out. Who's leading? Kristi Noem is leading to be Trump's vice president, and then Elise Stefanik. In fact, 3 ladies are leading, and Carrie Lake is in the running too. So that's interesting. Kristi Noem is who's favored. So maybe people have some insider knowledge on that. Elise Stefanik, I think she's the one that asked the college presidents whether they would do something about anti-Semitism if people said they want to kill all the Jews. If people said that, if they said they wanted a genocide, then would that speech be considered bad speech? I think she was the one in the Senate or Congress who said that. Elise Stefanik. I don't know her very well. Kristi Noem, governor of North Dakota. Is that right? I think I might have gotten it right. She's kind of popular. So she's the one who's favored. Tulsi Gabbard isn't even on the list, I don't think. Robert Kennedy Jr. is on the list. So is Byron Donalds, who I've never heard of. Tim Scott. So it looks like people are saying he's going to pick a woman or a black person or a colored. What are you allowed to say colored now? Is that what's preferred? A colored person? Do you say that? So many words have changed over time. Person of color. You do say person of color. POC, BIPOC. So anyway, those are the betting odds for who's going to be his vice president. But Roger Stone is saying you should pick Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard would be great. Tulsi Gabbard or Rand Paul would be pretty cool. All right, let me close that. He says he's going to pick Tulsi Gabbard. All right, so Trump is wearing a white hat, and he delivered pizza to some firefighters in the blizzard in Iowa. So people are saying white hat Trump. This is from Terrible. Trump wore a white hat and delivered pizza to the fire station in Iowa. If you don't see the meaning, you're not paying attention. What is she even talking about? Casey's Pizza. What? The message is clear. This is how crazy people are. They think Trump is sending them secret messages. If you don't see the meaning, you're not paying attention. I have no idea what the meaning is. Do you guys? Of the white hat and the pizza. If you want to support the show, you can drop super chats. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. That's a great place to support the show. If you get value from it, I really appreciate it. This is kind of what I do, is get the news together and read it to you guys. So if you wanted to drop me a coffee, that would be great. Buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And remember, we have a sponsor also, truthclothing.io. Yeah, if somebody can explain to me what the meaning is that Tara Bull is talking about on Twitter, then that would be really helpful. It seems, yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows. This person says, I definitely noticed the message is clear. And Tara Bull says, very clear. No idea what that is. And there's a nice picture of Trump, AI Trump walking down. Oh man, Trump as like God, right? And then here somebody says, President Trump rocks a white hat in Iowa. This is a blatant, direct cue comms that he is the white hat and not Vivek the snake, a power play. So here they show video of him dancing with his white hat. White hat, red tie. What the hell? What are they even talking? What are they talking about? Maybe I'm too far removed from QAnon. Here's a commercial for Trump. The final battle.
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Join President Trump.
This is the final battle. With you at my
text 88022 using the numerology. So Trump said some stuff about Vivek finally, even though the Vivek is a big Trump supporter, allegedly. The problem he's having is he started telling people that he's got a theory, right, that they're going to force Nikki Haley in to that Trump isn't going to be allowed to be president. So this is what Trump said. This is one of the things that Trump said. A vote for Vivek is a wasted one. I like Vivek, but he played it too cute with U.S. Caucus tonight. Vote for Donald J. Trump. Build up the numbers. In November, we must take our very troubled nation, a nation in decline, back from crooked Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats and thugs who are destroying it. MAGA. So Vivek is saying that it's more important for him to beat Nikki Haley than it is for Trump to win the caucus. I don't know. So anyway, that's what Trump is saying, but this is why. It's because this is what Vivek is telling people. Here it is.
But I've got commitments. It's about this country.
He's like whispering.
It's about this country. You want to save Trump, you vote for me. I'm telling you that. You vote for Trump. You're sending him a sledgehammer. No, but you're sending him to his own demise. You're falling into the trap that not only a country's falling in, that he's falling. You want to save Trump, you vote for me. I need your support at the Iowa caucus.
That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
It's not an argument. It's the truth. Do the right thing for him and for this country. That's what I'm asking you for.
I will consider.
Thank you.
That's the first time
For
I've
this
ever
country.
said that, by the way.
This has never been a Democratic or Republican.
So this is them comparing him to Barack Obama. But that is that's why I said Vivek the snake. He's whispering to her, right? And he says a vote for Trump is like a vote against Trump. It's some kind of weird doublespeak. It's like, don't vote for Trump because if you vote for him, he's gonna be creamed somehow. How does that make sense? Like, what does that even mean? A vote for Trump is like a vote against Trump. So if you want to vote for Trump, vote for Vivek. That's what he's been saying. It's actually completely insane, I think. But maybe not. I don't know. He says they're never going to let Trump in. It seems like it. It seems like he's going to be able to run for president. He's going to be on the ballot everywhere. They're not having any luck taking him off the ballots or anything. That's not happening. So Pirate says, yeah, very sneaky. Yeah, very sneaky. Did you like how he was whispering it too? Yeah, he is whispering it to her. He says, don't vote for Trump. And then there's this picture of him, which says, save Trump, vote Vivek. I mean, what is that? That's like coattailing, right? Like in an extreme way. Where he's like, no, if you like Trump, seriously, vote for me instead of Trump. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense. That's why Trump got upset, basically, is because that's what Vivek is doing. Do you see these t-shirts? I'll blow it up. These young kids wearing t-shirts that say "Save Trump, vote Vivek." Don't know how it works. Yeah, Jacob DeLambo already got the Iran attacks on. Yes, Iran is attacking us in Iraq. What we say. We're bringing them the fight there so we don't have to have the fight here. Here's the thing about Nikki Haley. Some Iowa Democrats and independents are planning to crash the state's Republican caucuses Monday night and become Republicans for a day to vote for Nikki Haley, but mostly against former President Trump. So Democrats are apparently going to give her a boost. I think I have video of the guy admitting that her donors are Democrats. Yeah, I have that right here. Conveniently enough. Let's get to 100 and then we'll get a few thumbs up too. We got 94 viewers. That's pretty good. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in to listen to me rant. So this is a Nikki Haley donor who's saying they're raising a bunch of money and that it's a lot of Democrats.
What she had raised in the quarter before that. So the money train is still flowing and going. Are you worried, though?
Thank you, Neil, for having me, and Happy New Year. I didn't. We actually have a large fundraiser on the 30th of January at a major apartment in New York City where we're raising a tremendous amount of money. Believe it or not, a number of it coming from Democrats.
What she had raised in the quarter before that. So the money train is still flowing and going. Are you worried, though?
Thank you, Neil, for having me, and Happy New Year. I didn't. We actually have a large fundraiser on the 30th of January at a major apartment in New York City where we're raising a tremendous amount of money. Believe it or not, a number of it coming from Democrats.
A number of it coming from Democrats.
What's
So there you go. So I showed you Democrats are going to become Republicans for Democrats and independents who don't like Trump are becoming. It's too bad that they're coalescing around Nikki Haley and not Vivek. But we'll see. We'll see what the results are. Polling. I don't know when it starts. I think it starts at 7 p.m. local time. So it starts soon. The caucuses start pretty soon. Some people are going to be covering it live. I might tune into it tomorrow. Trump says to vote, even if it's going to kill you. No, seriously. He says, even if you're about to die, voting is the most important thing you can do. Go to the caucus and vote. So I have somebody in the chat saying Q was a LARP. Yes, I exposed that. Michael 360. I know you said to check out Defango. We know QAnon was a LARP. People know that here. We started exposing it in 2017, like a few weeks after it came out. So you don't have to necessarily go listen to Defango, who is a LARP himself, to know that QAnon was a LARP. Yes, we were calling that out ever since he said the very first thing Q said was that Hillary Clinton was going to be arrested like Monday, and it never happened. Then we figured out, oh, they're full of shit. But it's good for people it's good for like boomers who are conspiracy theorists or schizophrenics. Here is who should go work for the airlines. I'll show you that news too. I was planning to. So I think this is the last one. This is Trump in his white hat. He has a white hat that says Trump Caucus Captain, white hat. So maybe he's been selling those for people to go to the caucuses. He wants to win by big numbers. He wants to win by, it's all right. Hey, Michael 360, it's no big deal. You're cool. But yes, we know Defango. We're friends with him. 102. Hey, congratulations, you 102 Awakened Wonders. I just steal that from Russell Brand. You can all be Awakened Wonders too.
So if you want to save America from crooked Joe Biden, you must go caucus tomorrow. First step. The first step. We're going to do it. We're going to do it big. You got to get out. You can't sit home. If you're sick as a dog, you say, darling, even if you vote and then pass away, it's worth it. If you're sick, if you're just so sick, you can't, darling, I don't think, get up. Get up. You get up, you vote. Yes, darling. Ultimately, we know who calls the shots, right? Right, Polly? So you be safe and all. You're going to be safe. And again, all indoors. It's going to be all indoors. But you got to get up. You got to vote. Because it has nothing to do with anything but taking our nation back, and that's the biggest thing there is. So arrive no later than 6:30, and as I said earlier, the details are ia.donaldjtrump.com.
There you go.
So if you want,
what else did he say? That was really funny. Oh, he told that was going around that he told Sarah Huckabee Sanders that she should take one for the team when the dictator in North Korea, Kim Jong-un, winked at her. He said, oh, you need to take one for the team. All right, so there you go. That's Trump. Text Iowa to 88022. 88022. So, all right, that's your political news. Let's take a look at the poll. People say it's still changing. 62 votes. Wow, people are still voting on this. Vivek is the leader. You guys think he'll get second place? Oh, you guys are making me think of taking a bet on him, but he's definitely not doing well in the polls. So it would be a real shocker if Vivek does well tonight and gets second place. So, all right, I think that wraps up political news for today. Show you the things about pilots. I'll play you the clip of Rob Schneider again. That's his name, right? Rob Schneider. Oops.
The CEO of United Airlines last month, the CEO, he announced of all the hiring for all the new pilots that are coming up this year, all the hiring for the new pilots, the main focus is going to be diversity. What? Diversity? Not the best pilots you can find? The ones with the most hours of experience? Ones you've done it before? Nope, diversity. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of flying all the time with these white pilots. Boring.
There we go. I think I was looped out. I don't know if you heard me while I was talking in the dark there. It looks like there's a little problem with my internet connection, so glad you guys are bearing with me. Something looped out, but maybe you saw that. Yeah, the CEO, and this is actually the CEO saying that he wants to emphasize DEI guided racial and gender quotas. So this is what he's saying.
Military. How is diversity and diversity targets working into the Aviate Academy?
We have committed that 50% of the class of the classes will be women or people of color. Today, only 19% of our pilots at United Airlines are women or people of color. And by the way, from all the data I've seen, that's the highest of any airline in the country.
White males don't just dominate in the cockpits, also in the C-suite at United Airlines.
Well, look, at United, I'm proud of the diversity that we actually have in our C-suite. I think if you look around corporate America.
Correct me if I'm saying though, so this was just based off your website, the people you list as executives, but out of 11 people, 3 are women. I believe 1 is a person of color.
That's correct. But, in corporate America, I think,
That's a low bar. How do you raise your own bar?
Well, a lot of this is, focusing on it. We have programs one of the things we do is for every job when we do an interview, we require women and people of color to be involved in the interview process, bringing people in early in their careers as well, and giving them those opportunities and creating a stronger band.
There you go. It isn't called the cockpit for nothing. It says MPC 3.14. Is that MPC? Is the 3.14 about the number pi? 3.14159. I don't know any more digits than that though. So this is the news from the FAA. So that was United, who has 19% women and minorities so far, and they want to get up to 15%. So, hey JJ, shout out to JJ Hempcrete Bear. And JJ Hempcrete Bear has JJ's CBD rub. It's still at jjcbdrub.com, right? I know you tell people to text you. We have a CBD sponsor. If he wants to sponsor the show, we can give him a shout out. JJ CBD Rub. Let's see if it's jjcbdrub.com. He says to text him, but maybe it says that on his website. Yeah, I'll show you that. This is JJ's natural CBD rub. People swear by it, for real. I've used it when I pain. It's helpful. It's good. It's really good stuff. And it has essential oils in it. And it's super high potency compared to other stuff you get on the market. jjcbdrub.com. And then he'll maybe give out his phone number in the chat. All right. Thanks, MPC 3.14, who was also shouting out Exodus 3:14. Roderick Davis says, I was laid off from my first job because my call voice wasn't as calming as a woman's. Interesting. I've gotten jobs because I'm good on the phone. So here is the FAA. They have a diversity push that includes hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. FAA says people with severe disabilities are the most underrepresented segment of the federal workforce, including like amputees. This is what it actually says. Targeted disabilities are those disabilities that the federal government, as a matter of policy, has identified for special emphasis in recruitment and hiring. They include hearing, vision, missing extremities, partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disability, and dwarfism. Dwarfism, yeah. So everything. So if you're not disabled, then you are less favored. What they're doing is promoting diversity inclusion at the FAA. Well, no reason not to hire a dwarf or a little person, whatever you want to say. So this is what they're saying, though. They're going to focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. All right. So, okay, that news. We have cut off aid to Ukraine, pretty much. Like Ukraine is done getting aid from us. They are now calling for a high-level peace conference. Zelensky is asking Switzerland to organize a high-level peace conference. So maybe I'll take a phone call. Think about whether you want to call in, and you can tell me in the chat if you do. I'll think about it. We're getting more people tuned in as the show goes along. So, and I'm close to the end of my news. I have some updates from CES and stuff. President Zelensky asked Switzerland to organize a high-level peace conference, so we might have peace in Switzerland or in Ukraine. So it's possible. All right, let me see what else I got for you. Thanks. I'll check my Buy Me a Coffees too. You can support the show by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. That supports the research and work that goes into this show, which is scrolling Twitter. Okay, I have some updates on technology, including Elon Musk. I have Disease X. All right, so let me show you the updates on technology. Be More Busker says, yeah, missing extremities. Be More Busker says, if you're missing your wiener, then you're a shoo-in. That's right. Yeah, I wonder. Maybe we should pretend. Or you could cut off your leg and work for the FAA. If you don't have a disability, at least you can create one. JJ, hey, you want to be back on the sponsorship? Yeah, I'll take it. I can advertise it on YouTube. I didn't realize before. So yeah, I'll advertise it. Go ahead, man. I'll take it. I'll take your money and give you customers. jjcbdrub.com. Yeah, that's right. He's a big supporter of the show, has been for a long time. All right, let me show you a water machine from CES. Generates water out of the air.
This large behemoth that I saw at CES this year creates water from air. How is this possible?
That's a great question. So right now we're making water from air here in the booth, and soon we'll have water pitchers out and you'll be able to taste pure drinking water. And so what we do is we take the humidity out of the water, we pump air into the machine, it gathers the water that's in the air. This has 50 gallons of tanks underneath it. So we fill up the tanks and then we start filling up everything from that. We do a lot with the government, but this is the very first day that it's been open to the consumer market. Oh, really? So you're catching it early on. This unit's designed to go next to a house and generate all the water you need for a house. It can replace a well, it can replace city water, and we make bigger units that can do even more. Well, if you can imagine two 55-gallon drums sitting here, they can refill those every day. Every day. If you go to genesissystems.com, you can look at our website and there's information there. A unit like this right now is $20,000.
There you go. So there is something that can produce water out of thin air. That's a pretty nice solution. And then, so we're talking about the AI takeover of the world. This is the Tesla bot. The Tesla bot here folding a shirt, which is something I know how to do, but I had to learn for our business where we sell shirts. I'll show you after I show this video. Here's video of the Tesla robot Optimus folding a shirt. And this is the most human-like robot. The other robots we've seen don't have human-like hands. This one has a hand just like a human. So there it is folding a shirt. It's not doing a great job, but it is doing it. So pretty soon robots will replace us. Well, robots will be replacing a lot of jobs, I think starting this year. So yeah, and speaking of folding shirts, check out our clothing store, Truth Revolution Clothing, at truthclothing.io. That's our website. You can get one of these shirts, a Lift the Veil Never Normal tee for $15. You can get our propaganda range of shirts and hoodies. Everything there on the website. Decentralized, Truth Matters, Question Everything, Bitcoin Saves if you're into Bitcoin. Truthclothing.io. And if you need any help with cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency security, if you want to have a consultation to talk about crypto, text me at 650-GAY-TAXI. That's how you can remember it. 650-GAY-TAXI. You can text me and we can set up a consultation if you'd like. I do that also. But here's our shirts. Make sure you get our shirts. We have a room full of them right here. They're screen printed. They're not digitally printed. They're professionally screen printed here in America. And we pack and ship everything to you. That's at truthclothing.io. Okay, so we did multiple ads. Yeah, and if you need me for consulting, or if you just want to talk to me and give me a donation for my time, that's cool too. Some people really do want to talk to me. I don't know why, but I have time. You have money. We can get together in many different ways. All right, so those are my ads. And I have Pritzker whining about immigrants. There's something in the works at Google for this year. They've sent out something to advertisers, say they're updating their inappropriate content policy to clarify the definition of sensitive events. This is happening this year with Google. A sensitive event is an unforeseen event or development that creates significant risk to Google's ability to provide high quality, relevant information and ground truth, and reduce insensitive or exploitative content and prominent and monetized features. During a sensitive event, we may take a variety of actions to address these risks. And they say, you know what a sensitive event is. It's something that you don't want to call fake, or you don't want to say is an FF, or you don't want to say the government was behind it, or that victims were responsible. They have examples of what they prohibit, which is you can't dismiss the event. Like if it's a serious event, you can't say it's not serious. Examples of what we prohibit: products or services that exploit, dismiss, or condone the sensitive event, including price gouging or artificially inflating prices, that prohibits, restricts access to vital supplies, sale of products or services which may be insufficient for the demand during a sensitive event. So I guess these are for advertisers not to take advantage of sensitive events. So that's coming up this year. And then finally, this is another technology-based question. Ford is thinking about building in a feature for self-driving cars to drive away and go back to the repo man if you don't make payments.
Car payment on time. Ford in the process of a patent application for self-driving cars to drive away from their owners. After a series of missed payments, Ford's proposal will force the car to drive itself to a repossession agency. Having the car drive away would be a last resort. The patent application shows Ford would first pressure delinquent owners by disabling some of the car's features like the air conditioning or having the audio system play unpleasant sounds. Wow. All right. Car payment on time. Ford in the process.
So there you go. So in addition to the kill switch, which is supposed to be in all cars, they can take your car if you're not making payments and drive away with it. All right. I'm checking I actually got somebody signed up as a member. I need a bell. I have a bell. I'm going to bring it in here so I can ring it. We have a new member at buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Jeff Dean, thank you. God bless you for becoming a member. That's fantastic. I don't know which category you signed up for, but I really appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead and get yourself a membership. Those are super appreciated over at buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And I told you all of the other ways. So if you want to talk to me and pay for your time, Cryptocurrency consulting is what I've done mostly, but if it's something else, that's fine too. You can text me or contact me on Twitter. Otherwise, buy our shirts, buy coffees. We have lots of different ways you can support the show. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to let you go. Oh, Parody Bear says, I became a member at Rockfin. Yes. Thank you, Parody Bear. Yes, I do get that. I do. If you watch the show on Rockfin. Thanks, Parody Bear. I appreciate it. Yes. If you watch the show on Rockfin, I still make some money from Rockfin. So, and I guess from DLive too. So I'm looking at DLive. So that's it. All right. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And we will see you at the next one. All right. For now, that's what it is.